Yeah. Fuck Dan. It's over. Let's just kill Haggis and move on.
Going live.
Maybe Jacques Soufflé could take Haggis' place. How do you guys feel
You
about
could
that?
play 2 characters.
The first goddamn audio that picked up on the stream was "fuck Dan." First thing it picked up.
Yeah, I'm asking him to jump on Twitch while he's driving so we can get the count up. Watch him be like, oh no, why would I do that?
Alright, can you say some stuff?
Yeah. So you guys are able to look out and see splinters, blood, other bodily fluids lying on the ground. The big issue that we're going to run into is the lack of penicillin, as these tiny pricks have penetrated all of you repeatedly throughout your face and genitals.
We're fucking perfect.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought that was great.
I was like, wait a minute.
Really,
Maybe a
congratulations.
little preparation H.
Right in the cut piece.
Shrink that down.
One store sold all the car
Alright.
pieces.
Whenever you're ready to really go live.
Right.
Do it.
That's so dumb. They were polished daily. Silver, copper, and even brass. One whore.
Oh yeah.
2
Right.
balls.
Yeah, man.
Oh, damn.
Hey-oh, River!
Alright. Let's get those doors closed.
Wait.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. I was gonna say something.
The dungeon's been sealed off. You're fucked now. What's up? You're pointing at
Is
me.
this Skyrim or
Guys,
is this
no
Princess
F
Bride?
words.
No, this is
Say F word? Immature?
you
No
can't-
F words.
What
You
is
can't be
this?
racist or homophobic.
Midnight Syndicate. I know it sounds kind of like both of those.
It sounds like the
Yeah, it
Princess
does.
Bride.
Yeah.
At the end when they're fighting in the castle,
Yeah.
they're knocking fruit and shit over. Oh, man, that's great.
Alright, I let Dan know
When he finally
I
kills
mean-
Mandy Patinkin.
his character.
That sounds really good.
Haggis.
I don't know what changed.
Haggis must die.
Say again.
I don't know what changed, but the audio sounds much better than it did last week.
Oh, I was messing with the game after the
Again
session.
and again.
Yeah, whatever you
and
did,
again.
it sounds really good. So, good work.
The people of England will survive again and again.
Was that a Churchill impression?
I saw the movie like a while ago. It's a really good movie if you haven't seen it.
Darkest
It's a
Hour
really
or
good
the other
movie.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, which one?
The latest one?
Gary Oldman. Is it
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Version.
Gary Oldman or John Lithgow in
Fuck.
The Crown?
Oh, no, there's
Both
another
very good.
Churchill-centric one. I can't remember what it is.
Hey guys, if you're just joining us live on the stream,
Yeah.
Haggis is gonna jump on here and be a guest.
And we are
host.
currently debating
in
the
the
merits
car.
of different Churchill
Yeah.
portrayers.
Just joining us.
2018.
Alright.
Just join us in your like the cock pieces.
Why are you staring into the
All right,
back
man.
of
All
the
right.
camera? Your camera's
No, my
over
camera's
there.
right here.
there.
I
Okay.
wasn't in this one. If my cross-eyed confused you, I apologize.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Sorry about that.
It's a handicap, but he makes do.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the 11th installment of Ramshackle Productions' Take on the Curse of Strahd. We are playing D&D 5th edition with a lot of homebrew and negligent adult rules, where we don't do the due diligence necessary to remember all the rules at the same time. Huzzah. We do have, from the onset, we get a lot of questions on this. Why are you guys always taking drinks of weird liqueurs? We do have over here a critical failure brew, which comes from the location the characters are at this week, the Wizard of the Wines, Purple Grape Mash number 3.
No, yeah, fucking right there.
It's right there.
Go get Paulus, quick! Go get Paulus!
Paula made us.
Holla.
Holla, Paula!
So yeah, that is actually from Curse of Strahd. You made the labels and stuff, and it's in the campaign. So
We've
It's a real thing.
yeah,
We've broken
fourth
the
wall.
fourth
Fourth
wall.
wall.
Yeah.
And what a distasteful way to do so.
In one of the most disgusting ways.
Oh, how's Paula doing?
Oh no.
Paula. Paula.
Pass that up to her.
Anything that comes in a frosted glass bottle is
I bought
automatically
that
good
special
for
for
it.
us today, the Twin Liquors. Shout out to Twin Liquors, by the way.
Hey
Yeah.
Paula.
Oh, this is bottled locally.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, this is
And wherever
a
we're
local
at.
product.
All right. So, if you roll a 1, which is known as a critical failure for those of you who are just joining in on D&D rules, roll a 1. That's a critical failure. You get the purple grape mash, which is our unique blend of Ebola virus, some type of alcohol, some engine degreaser, and some CLP.
There's some nail
I
polish.
think I tasted a little bit of marjoram in there too.
Yeah, a lot of that. Then if you roll a D20 and you get a 20 on there, that's a critical success. And we want to reward the sweet roll that you just had with a little bit of liquefied diabetes, which is this week and for the last few weeks our caramel waffle liqueur, which is pretty much just butter with some maple aftertaste.
Gasoline poured over.
Which one are we doing with Paula?
The same. Paula's gonna. I mean, you can choose between Paula and caramel waffle. I
The
provided
purple grape
both
mash
on the
needs-
recommendation to do the twin liquors. That was what we got first, but
Yeah.
I tend to think that Paula's is gonna be a little bit more palatable. So.
Okay.
What was
That's
the
a
question to
typical
the
Dutch
negative
drink, by the
recommendation?
way.
Hey man, what can I give my friends that will make them not like it?
Yeah. What is the most disgusting non-milk based liqueur you have?
Oh!
And he was like, that cardboard display 4 feet from the register actually has the thing you're looking for. I was like, okay, got it.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Also, $4.50.
Yeah, it was cheap.
We don't need to talk about the economics of taste. So, welcome back. We are 7 minutes into the stream, and absolutely nothing has been accomplished. That brings warm feelings to my heart. Where we left everybody
Exposition.
last week, Haggis had been cursed by Morgantha, the evil night hag, whose coven had been slaughtered and their real estate confiscated by this group. And Morgantha was able to retreat, to fight another day, and be able to plot against our heroes. And she saw the first opportunity during the insurrection in Vallaki, during the Festival of the Blazing Sun, was able to prick the back of the neck of Haggis, which cursed him, and in a fever dream state, Haggis stumbled out of the Church of St. Angrel and made his way to catch up with his buddies, along the way combating the demons and the guilt from the curse of regret that was placed upon him by Morgantha. Finally, as he exited through trials and tribulations, a little bit of problem solving, his buddies noticed him in the fetal position, sobbing a few yards away as they were in pitched combat with a giant treant. The tree blight had been wreaking havoc. Gunnar, the half-orc barbarian, had been a casualty of it. We still don't know Gunnar's official fate, but he was pretty smashed. Which most gunners are when you encounter them.
Fair.
Yeah, that's validated.
That's a very valid point. I wish my wife was here to hear that. Anyway, so they find Haggis in the fetal position, bawling his eyes out as he's
Probably
truly.
not dissimilar from where the real life Haggis finds himself now on the Apollo 13 simulator.
Yeah,
That's the headquarters in Houston.
yeah, tossing cookies, tossing cookies.
No response back. Houston's trying to get in contact.
Yeah, I think we have a problem.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, yeah. So Haggis, laying there in the fetal position, finally coming to grips that he cannot on his own overcome this. The Morning Lord is able to fight through, not just getting to the area here, the demi-plane in which Barovia sits on, but also on the curse that Morgantha has set down on Haggis. And so he's able to fight through it enough to hear his buddies calling out to him to fight it. Haggis, get off your ass and come fight. And so Haggis has enough wherewithal to stand up and comes and joins the fray. The combat ensues, and at the tail end, they're able to take down the giant tree blight. But as they're about to take it out, a form dives out of the second story, trying to make a slashing attack down onto the tree blight, which happens to be Sten, who had been otherwise engaged interior, going through and fighting on the second level. The curse that Morgantha had placed on Haggis made Haggis assume that this was a giant troll. And so after he had fought back against Morgantha and she retreated out of the plane, the troll had done an about face and was going in pursuit after hearing the call out. And that's whenever Haggis then jumps on top of him on the defenseless Sten, bringing him to the ground and about to make a strike as all the buddies intercede. And Haggis, in his beleaguered state, is standing over, about to make a blow down on the unsuspecting Sten, who was only trying to rush off to fight because he truly enjoys making his mace as bloody as possible. So that's where we pick up this week. We do know that the Wizard of the Wines winery is not completely cleaned out. The war horns of their the leftover druids here clearly blaring a foul, defunct tone as they are very noxious. That's a good word for it. That's being handled somewhere here in the winery. We find them outside of the first story, standing on the north side of the manor house. Splinters lined all over the place as multiple vine blights had been pulverized by repeated thunder waves. The foundations of the building shooken from clap after clap of thunder. We find our party outside, somewhat damaged, somewhat depleted, and that's where we will pick up this evening.
Can I see? Is this guy down?
Yes, the treant is clearly defeated. You see large sections of it lying on the ground, almost a blood-like colored sap, very slowly oozing out and sticking to the ground.
Alright, so as Haggis starts to rush towards Sten with his hammer coming down on him, or his cleaver, coming down on him, I'm gonna sort of raise my maul across my chest and say, "Oi, Haggis! Leave well enough alone. We just got out of a sticky situation." That's all.
Okay. What do the rest of you do?
I mean, how close? How quickly have they closed distance? Can I intervene? Can
Yes.
I dive across this and try to tackle Haggis?
Yeah, make a athletics check. My daughter is staring in. For those of you at home, they're like, "Why are they waving off camera?" My daughter is staring into the studio right now.
Athletics check.
Yes.
16.
Okay, so let me. Haggis. Okay, so
I'm not trying to grab.
Yeah.
I just want to dive over this thing and get myself in between him and Sten.
So you are able to throw a shoulder into Haggis. Haggis is knocked back 5 feet, and you are now standing between him and Sten. Sten would be able to
Just
regain
put my
his
hands up
footing.
Whoa. Haggis.
I'll reach up and try to restrain him from the back.
Okay, give me an athletics check. We'll do contested strength. You can roll at advantage.
Haggis' strength is
18.
23.
Ooh, so he rolled a 22. So you find the size a little bit hard for you as a very towering, brutish half-orc to come all the way down and really be able to get the leverage point. It's almost a tall forearm against a very, very short forearm. In arm wrestling, very difficult for you to get the leverage. If you don't understand that, watch Over the Top. Changed my life.
It's like flipping a switch.
Didn't he go the other way though?
You did. He went forward, but I already had it backwards, so I did.
There you go. But so you're able to firmly latch on, and Haggis is kicking back and forth. What are you doing? Are you on the side of the troll?
That's a better haggis.
I'll just, as I'm trying to grab him, be like, Haggis, we are your friends. Stop resisting.
Aye, but my friends wouldn't keep me from taking down this troll. He's gonna kill us.
Oi, Agus, I ain't no fucking troll.
And you see him.
Step forward 5 feet.
The blood kind of rushes out of his face, and he starts blinking, as very rapidly and squinting, looking at all of you. Vomits, and then you feel him go limp in your arms.
Well, that's not very good. I'm gonna go to the roof.
I'll support him and then let him lay down.
Yeah.
If he wants to.
I'll move forward and check his pulse, make sure he's still alive.
Roll a medicine check, please.
I'm gonna go up to the roof though.
Nat 20.
Oh, hey.
That's a waste of a 20.
Yeah.
Is there ever a waste of a
Get
20?
her out.
on a medicine check on a character laying on the ground, that's a waste of a 20.
Get that pamplemousse.
Yeah, so
So
not only am I
Skid-
checking his
Yeah,
pulse, I'm also checking his blood pressure,
Yeah.
his breathing, and I'm going to make sure to give him some pressure point relief. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a health and welfare check, as you're able to see if he's been cleaning under his fingernails, how neatly tied everything is. But
Flossing regularly.
so you can see that Haggis has been in a very haggard state, and pretty much has pushed his body beyond what he should have coming out. The curse, he grew up not really understanding magic, as dwarves traditionally really don't follow those traditions and have much understanding. And so getting transported to Barovia, watching all of his friends die, it has been very taxing, not just on the physical form, but on the very soul of Haggis. And so you think that he's having a very hard time mentally coming to grips with what has recently transpired. You don't think that he's any worse for the wear. It's just the mind has reached a saturation point and had to shut off to protect itself.
Alright. Is this thing like dead? Is there any? This is just wood at this point, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's some mushrooms on it.
Right. So can we smash this thing apart and make like a litter to put Haggis in and just kind of
Absolutely.
stash him somewhere for now while we go clear the
Absolutely.
building?
No, but you good at working on that litter. Don't worry about him. His bark was bigger than his bite, yeah?
Ew. That's one.
Two.
So far.
Oh, really? I've only got
Leave
two.
well enough alone.
Oh, my God.
Sticky
Heck
situation. Yeah.
Sticky situation. I wasn't even thinking of that.
Such
I missed
sappy
the second
jokes
one.
coming out of you.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna plant myself on the roof and do some recon.
Yeah, you get taken care of. I'm gonna put
So
Haggis
how
on.
do you assume you're going to get to the roof?
I'm gonna go to the second floor, climb out a window, and then climb out on top.
Okay.
You have rope.
I do.
Alright then. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna, while he's doing that,
let's go ahead and move his mini off.
I'm gonna be making Haggis ready. Well, he's getting the. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up. What kind of weapon does Haggis have? He's a big like
Cleaver.
Cleaver, right?
Cleaver.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start chopping pieces of this thing apart.
So
get
give
some
me
blades.
a nature check. I'll give you a choice: nature or survival, to be able to fashion some type of a litter.
I'm gonna be assisting him, so I'm
I'll
gonna
take
just.
survival. That's a 17 survival check.
You get
Okay.
advantage. But I'm gonna tie Haggis' wrists together, and after he's done it, put him on the litter.
As
I rolled
often
two
happens in
15s,
medical
so that's
situations, you being the paladin here, second in command on understanding how to do heals, execute a fantastic prisoner bond. If only it was nylon rope. We can go into that on a different stream. For you kids at home, don't you worry about that. So you're able to probably take 10 minutes, and some of the antenna almost looking on the tree end, which were pretty good sized bough branches, you're able to hack those things off, and then take some of the kind of Spanish moss that's coming off of this, wrap it around,
He has a cloak too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the cloak off and wrap
and
it
then
around
wrap it
and
around
make
and get a
like
good litter.
an
All right, so you're able to do this probably 10 minutes time with the two of you working on it. You're able to get that knocked out simultaneously. Vandom has gone upstairs and is now.
Oh yeah. Those things. Oh yeah.
This level?
He's up looking out of the window that Sten had originally dove out of, and you see him kind of looking around for a way to get a handhold to go up. You were hearing chanting as you went inside and went up that spiral staircase. You're hearing chanting from inside.
Oh, I'm hearing it from behind me. If I'm looking out. Alright. So I'll look out the window and hey, I hear some chanting inside. Maybe we should check it out here in a minute.
Can you understand it? As I'm
Yeah, good call.
tying
I'm
strapping
gonna
on
listen
and stuff.
intently and see.
Give me a perception check.
At advantage.
No.
I have a simultaneous action.
15 plus P. 1, 16.
16. What'd you say?
I have a simultaneous action when you're ready.
Okay. So you were hearing what sounds like some type of magical incantation.
It sounds like a type of magical incantation.
Likely from the roots of it. It's some form of druidic incantation.
Perhaps
Believe the
they're
roots are-
pining for something. Someone.
I feel like that pun was planted for you.
Should we leave them alone?
Look, we need to prune these
All
jokes.
right.
This is getting
Yeah.
15.
You gotta get in there and nip this in the bud before.
There's more druids inside.
Once we have the litter for Haggis put together, I'm gonna drag him up inside and keep him safe.
So where are you going to place him?
So
in the
over-
workshop?
Yeah, so he broke through the wall here, so I imagine that there's probably a lot of debris. And
There's
so
a lot of
I
debris.
kind of want to put Haggis into a corner and pile up some debris around him.
Okay.
So by casual inspection, he can't be seen. But
Roll a survival check for. And I'm saying that because it's not like you're trying to contort your body to be stealthish. It's more blending him into an environment.
5.
Okay, so you drop some pieces of brick and stuff on top of Aggis's body in a corner.
my visual is he's laying on the litter, and I'm like, I pick up like one piece of brick, put it on his chest. That looks good.
Well, with a 5, I mean that's better than 1. So you're also throwing like dirt in his face.
Hey, you got something on your face. I'd also like to start pulling off as much moss and like soft batting material off this thing and kind of cover him with it to keep him warm.
Okay. Let's either do a nature check or a medicine, whichever one you work up.
So in here, and
I'm
then
gonna take medicine. That's a 15.
Okay, yeah. So you cover him up, and he sits in the corner near the broke out wall, and is covered in bricks, dirt, and a moss overlay.
I think he's gonna be safe.
All right.
Has the chanting remained consistent?
Yes.
Now that we're inside, can we hear the chanting too?
Roll a perception check.
23.
Yeah. So
18.
you hear over the sounds of bricks being dropped on your friend as you're dropping them. That there's a chanting behind you. That door that you had closed
Behind.
on in the south of the room. That
I think it's right over here. Yeah, use your tools. Use your tools.
oops, I need to get on clicker. That one right there.
Okay, so we're hearing chanting on the other side
You're
of that
hearing,
wall.
yeah, that door had been closed by Nurgle
Okay.
during the Thunderwave battle.
Oh, you hear that?
I do. Doesn't sound good.
Did I go up these stairs right
Yes,
here?
that's the spiral staircase you went up to.
The bottom was collapsed on it though, correct?
I don't know. If
It had caved in, so it's difficult terrain. That's why in the 10 minutes
Took
it
us a
took
while.
him to get all the way up there.
I'm gonna quickly run outside and just quietly shout out to him. Vandal, can you see inside this building? Can you see inside of where that chanting's coming from? Any vantage point at all?
So from where you're at, and I'm going to scroll this up. So you guys had seen people come from this door here.
That's the second story.
This is the second story that's up there. You had seen some indication of activity through there. People had rushed out, and then the night or the 2 sessions ago, whenever we were playing, you had also heard noises from this side before you all collapsed outside to be able to take down the abomination.
And when I was on the first floor, I didn't see anybody move from anywhere before I made it back out.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
I'll just look out the window and say, they're more than likely in that room down the hallway, but I can't see anything.
Do you want
through
to
here.
climb up out onto
I'm
the
gonna
roof?
go up the roof and see if I can see
Okay,
anything
give
on the
me
other side.
an athletics check or acrobatics.
I feel athletics enough that I can pull this off.
go back inside and follow you. Boo, we think Haggis is going to be safe inside.
It's a 7. I'll win.
A 7. So
With my rope though?
you get out and you start trying to find a good handhold, and
rope.
it's a bit difficult for you to be able to climb out and find anything to really grab purchase on. You grab one of the shutters around the window, and the thing falls off down onto the ground. So you're unclear of a way to be able to really get up there easily.
Alright, I'll crawl back in the window.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're inside. What's up?
Vandom's upstairs again. We think we got noises in the building. The guy kind of looked down and was like, I'm fucked. Like, I'm really hurt. So I can have a potion and we can push forward, or we go upstairs and clear upstairs first. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that idea, but
Time out.
Yeah.
So you hear the door slam open behind you.
That's a timeout though?
Well, he's
What happened to roll initiative?
placing.
Oh, me? I hear them? Oh shit, city.
And so these come into the room for a round of surprise. So you guys downstairs,
Wait, do I get to go first or no?
Round of surprise.
you guys hear the door shatter from up there, and so you're hearing wood like just shred open. And as you guys, Vandom's got his head stuck out, and you see his eyes get real big, and he turns around and immediately disappears. So they are going to move up around you and initiate attack.
We're in initiative?
No, we'll roll after they get their first round.
So I got. They're just gonna. You said surround.
Go
Okay.
to sleep, little Vando. Vando, champion. My sword has been doled by the other 6,000 of these.
Hey, Max, illegal. This is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We're playing the Curse of Strahd campaign. We're currently at the Wizards of the Wine Brewery.
I'll take one, yeah.
Winery.
here, who needs one?
Yeah.
This is our 11th episode of this campaign. You guys are all about level 6 or so.
I think we're turning level 7 tonight.
It's
That's what I heard.
So
Pretty soon.
in the bottom left corner of the screen. So he just opened
Suck
a
it,
beer.
good.
Yeah.
Before he gets killed, I'm gonna scream out, "Vandal, get out of there!"
Yeah, this is actually just like Monopoly. These guys are trying to take Park Place from us, and we want to
Fair
keep
point.
Boardwalk. Yeah.
Hostile takeover.
You
right
see
now.
a lit cigarette come flying out the window?
Cigarette in a world. All right. We're getting ready to go into combat here.
You can subscribe by clicking the.
You actually can't subscribe to this
No
channel yet.
subscribe,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're still not affiliate yet.
Alright, so
We shouldn't be either.
they do their first round of
So
attacks. So their claws are basically what they have. So they come surging in. You're turning around trying to get your body out of the window as it's leaning down as they come rushing in.
Okay.
Fairly
nimble-footed though, and quick on my feet.
I've heard. So only 3 out of the 5 are going to make their attack.
Okay.
So that's just
So the first one,
disharmony and resonance between the monitor and the TV.
I'm gonna cast. No, I can't
It's
cast
pretty
it.
crazy.
no, you can't.
Yeah. I don't have any reactions though. I could.
My brain
Yeah,
doesn't
you'd be able to
work
on a reaction.
quite enough.
But you know I don't have any of those.
Yeah. So he swings for an 11. I assume that misses.
Miss. Yep.
So tries to make a clawing attack, and you're struggling to get back in through the window. I guess you're smoking too.
I was up there pulling recon, doing a little smoke.
There you
out.
go.
Yeah.
Second one hits.
More what?
Is
46
5 damage.
It hit over 17.
Yeah, it was a natural 19 roll.
5 damage on the dot.
5 damage
Yep.
on the nose of piercing damage.
Yep.
And the third one takes a swing, and that's a 16. So
Yes, yeah.
again, your body jerking after having the branches poke up into your thigh. It barely misses. Yes, your cod piece assaulted yet again.
What cometh I know?
All right, roll initiative.
Do I get a bonus in my roll?
Wait, are we rolling
It's
initiative?
on your
or just
on
like-
D&D Beyond. It's
yes.
the top bar. Your plus to initiative, right next to your name there. In your
Hey-o!
River.
No.
Oh yeah.
Hot face?
Hey-o, drowning in the river. Give me the hot.
Hey yo!
Yeah!
That's 20.
I feel like I should finish this off.
Oh. I wish I had the hip hop.
You rolled a
air
bank
horn
day?
at
I did.
still.
Natty
Yeah.
You got a 1 and a 20.
Do not drink that.
Which
Do you
one?
not drink this, Paula's?
Ah, Paula, you bitch! No!
Did you see that face?
Yeah, he's in pain, which is what we want.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna love Paula, honestly.
There's still time.
Deep down, though, I am not upset about it.
You did well. That's
I
what
mean,
that means.
mission accomplished. Really.
Well, and the sales representative that aided you.
That's true.
Good on him. All right, so 20 through 30.
24.
Oh, what did Billy get? Do we know?
Low.
I don't see what he rolled.
Okay.
It could be a 5 or a 17, and I don't know which one.
15 to 20.
18.
And 10 to 15.
Nope.
Where are you at?
Well,
3?
so with a natty 1, I should be a 4, but is that just a 1, or how does that
No,
work?
it would be a
4.
4.
Alright. I don't think I've ever rolled a 1 on initiative before.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Horrible.
You get to go last, and you can only damage yourself.
Your first round, you just punch yourself in the face.
Oh!
And then you're back into it.
All right, Boudica. What do you care to do? You've heard the scream as one attack found purchase. As he grunts and
17.
thank you.
Oh!
There we go.
Nice. Nice roll.
I had set it up here, but I'm sure that wasn't clear. Sorry.
Yes.
That was bad.
You were 18, correct, Vandal?
I was.
Yes.
So you hear that upstairs, Boudica. What are your actions?
Given that it took him so long to get up the stairs, I'll take out the rope from my bag and tie a rock to it, throw it up to the window, and see if I can't land it inside.
Okay, so it'll take an action for you to ready the rope to be able to toss up if you do the rock on it.
Teamwork.
Okay.
Okay.
So it'll be my next turn, then I'll throw. Okay.
Even hot face, yes.
Seriously.
Usually it takes.
Vandal, what are your actions?
Did you threw the rock or you're ready?
He's tying a rock around the end of a length of rope.
Whew, god damn. Does that pan go any faster?
I'm not getting anything over here.
This got hang time.
What a great show.
I'm
Let's have our
completely
actions
out of
ready.
spells.
Yeah, seriously, this is pretty unprofessional.
Amateur, dude. You played.
I'm gonna go, like, turn around to the window and go. Well, I would have done it right. That's not gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna like whistle. That's my incidental, right? And then I'm just gonna fucking jump right out.
Okay, give me an athletics
With no
check.
concern.
3 AOs. Oh, he's gonna jump out the window.
Shut up! You shut up!
Did you roll 1?
Yes.
Damn it.
Oh no, dude. You're probably
So
gonna
wait.
die.
Athletic check to jump out the window, and he has 3 AOs coming at him. What we're gonna see is a dead body come flying out.
Very likely.
And then it's gonna get hit in the face with a rock with a rope attached to it.
Alright, so opportunity attacks. First one swings. That's a miss. That's a hit. And that's a hit.
God damn. Built in.
So 7 damage of opportunity attacks. So as you lean to whistle, one immediately takes a swipe at you and misses. The other two, seeing your haunches kind of bunch down so that you can push off and jump out, attack you right in the calves. And so each one, you feel a burning sensation as a branch from these twig blights punches and burrows down into the meaty part of your calf, right below your kneecap. And you flail out of the window. As you're falling, you go to make your jump. That takes all your momentum out, and so you flop forward, face planting against the wall, and then fall down to the ground. Sten and Boudica make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, you get a +3 in the saving throw. You're within 10 feet of me.
Cool. Alright, I'm +5. +3 in addition or total?
Yeah.
Okay.
+3 plus whatever
It's
your
a
other
tough
bonus
guy.
is.
Non-nat 20.
Okay.
18.
So you guys, as you're looking up, kind of readying what's going to happen, you see Vandome call out, "Ah!" and then face plant, and instead of doing anything and putting your arms out, you guys both gingerly scoot back and watch his body fall and flop.
It's kind of like a step back.
Did I take on any conditions because of that? Or no?
Well, it may be unconsciousness after you roll 2d6 for falling damage.
Yeah. Might be unconsciousness. That's only 9.
Okay.
That's
9.
9 damage.
Only 9?
9 damage?
Yeah.
He's took like 20 damage over the last
to get up.
More than that.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
And so you guys look as a very audible thud. It's almost like a watermelon being dropped on concrete. A hollow, wet sound as Vandome flops to the ground in front of you, and you see the telltale signs of twig blights looking out the window.
Timbo?
That's
dumb.
That was Sten.
Sten, you've seen Vandome flop down on the ground in front of you. You know that there's contact up in the room above. Your buddy is buried under Swamp Thing and Brick.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, so first things first, I look at Boudica tying a rope around his rope around a rock. I grab the grappling hook off my backpack and I throw it at him, and then I go
Make a dexterity saving throw.
+3.
11.
Yeah, you're able
Plus,
to catch it.
It was a 10, right?
Yeah, it's plus. So it was a 6 plus 5.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
You catch it as he throws a grappling hook at you.
My face.
And then I'm gonna grab. Well, I've already done an interaction, so I can't grab anything else. I guess I'm gonna go inside to the bottom of the staircase, and then so 5, 10, 15 here, and then I'm going to ready an attack. The first monster that comes within strike range, I'm gonna swing at.
Okay, and you're focused at the rubble that was left of the
stairs and doors.
Stairs.
I got stairs and doors.
Okay.
I'm in a position where I can hit something coming out of the door or something
Okay.
coming out of the stairs.
Good to go.
That's it for me.
All right. So the twig blights, you can hear noise on the ceiling above you.
I'm deprecating my grappling hook if you want to add it to your inventory.
Okay, got it.
After he defecates the grappling hook out. Nurgle, what do you do?
So
It was a smart decision.
we were just in this room. Is that a solid wall
How
back
can you
there?
first have you?
So you never went into that room.
Wait,
The
shop,
door
he's talking about the
opened.
shop.
Oh, we put him in this room. Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought we were in this room. I thought. Okay, so this is the wall that got smashed
Yeah.
down. All right, so I as well. I'm gonna run into this room, and kind of barricade myself here in case this door opens.
So that door is blown off its hinges.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's
and
not
there's-
there.
So there's nothing in this room.
Correct. That's the workshop. You see the littered remains of several twig blights, and you can see where slash marks are all over the wall from the spiritual weapon that
And this
had
wall
been
is
cutting
solid
them
back
up.
here.
Yes.
Okay.
Swing this. Swing this.
Well then, yeah, I'm gonna put my back against this wall and wait in case that door opens.
Okay.
And if anything comes through it, I'm gonna smash it in the face.
With what?
Actually,
charm.
my whip.
Okay. Kinky.
Yeah.
He's getting a nay with his whip.
All right.
Oh boy.
I love this game.
At the end of round one,
So interactive.
we see a pretty one-sided exchange. Top of round two, Boudica. You have wrapped a rope and tied it off around a large stone. Or a large piece of brick.
Grappling hook.
No. He just
so
received
still
the
tied
grappling
around
hook,
a rock,
yeah.
so I'll pocket the grappling hook, and seeing Vandal fall down the window, we're like, well, I didn't tie this to the rope for nothing, and swing it. And try
So
to
an
get him.
improvised weapon whip attack.
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack. They are going to get a bonus of partial cover.
Okay.
What's that?
I forgot to mention I was gonna rage beforehand. I don't know if that'll.
Okay, get pissed.
I don't think it'll be strength.
I get mad too by the rock tied around the rope.
Is it strength for throwing?
Yeah, it's like a javelin. You could do a strength-based attack.
12.
Okay, so that does not connect. You throw it up, and the spot where the old shutter used to be that is now laying on the ground next to the guy who followed its same trajectory. You see it ricochet off the side and nick the lead-based paint, which then falls into Van Dome's mouth.
17 years from now, he dies of lead paint consumption.
The prophecy.
On an empty throne.
Painted also.
Of tasty shits.
What is best in all?
Okay. I'll reel in the rope then. I don't think I can do anything
Okay.
else.
Any movement?
Actually, I will move closer. I'll stay where I'm at, actually.
Okay. Van Dome.
Can I? Well, I'll get up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Half your movement to stand up.
I want to look up and what do I?
Can you stand him up?
What do I
Go ahead.
see in the window?
You really don't see a lot just because of how close you are to the base of the building. So looking up, you can see
I'm gonna
twigs
pry back
moving.
off as far as I can, so I got an angle.
Okay, so you can move back 15 feet,
Yeah, 15 feet back. Okay.
and we'll just say that continues. Yeah, to right there.
Okay.
You look in and you can see. So the twig blights are small. So think about like dwarf or hobbit size, halfling size rather. So it's going to be difficult to really see all of them from that angle, but you do see some milling about that window as you look in.
Now show that twig blight in the window.
Okay. I can see their heads.
You can see. You're not sure if it's arms, heads, or what because
Alright.
you're not used to their
So I
anatomy.
can see generally where they're milling about. I'm gonna go.
Some of them.
Some of them. Okay, fair. I'm gonna hit the roof of that room with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
I like it.
We're gonna redo some reconstruction.
We killed all the invaders you don't have the
Burn
water
it to the
anymore.
ground. As is our
It's now a
MO.
ranch home,
Fuck,
like a
that's
single
really
floor.
It's now a basement.
It's an open
apartment.
concept.
12 and a 9.
Okay, so one of the blasts, you're able to get in through the keyhole window, and it hits the ceiling in there, and you see the thatch roof on top kind of kick up with some green energy. You see a lot more light in that room.
Yeah.
Roll damage for one of them.
What is it? It's an 8, I think. Oh, it is a 10. Yeah.
Yeah, so you would conservatively estimate probably an 8-foot, diameter circle.
7.
Blast has been
In the roof.
in the roof. Some splinters have fallen down.
Yeah, okay. So it's a 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So there wasn't a lot of heft up there. It was all very light. Yeah, okay. We just put a sunroof in.
Well played.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Stin.
There's some wood.
Yeah, I am. First things first. No, keep an eye on that door. I'm gonna reach into my pack and take out a potion of greater healing and quaff it.
Okay.
So it's 44 plus 4.
Let's mark that off your inventory.
I plan on it.
You have a card.
Where's the card?
Shoot, I don't have any of the cards.
Oh, I guess you don't have potions.
It's right there.
2, 4, and 6 is 10, and 4 is 14. So, gain 14 life.
Okay.
Man, I love D&D Beyond.
Okay.
And then remove item. I'm going to move to the on the stairs. How many feet to the? Is it a 10-foot staircase or a 20-foot staircase?
It's 15, 20 foot.
Okay. No. Shall I go upstairs and wait here?
Wait here.
Okay. I've already used my action, so I'm just gonna hold tight. Lee.
Okay.
Uh-oh. We got an update. A winery update.
Yikes.
The winery has been updated.
Yeah.
With a sunroof.
Nice.
You can see a realtor totally taking advantage of this
How
situation.
do you say that word? How do
Well
you say
played,
that
sir.
word?
A realtor?
Oh, it's not a realtor.
No.
Real tour. Yeah. Santa Clarita. or-
Yeah, you watching it too? Okay.
All right. So as you stare up there, as you're wiping the remnants of the potion off your lips, you can see more shadows. More light has come through up there, and you're
Okay.
seeing shadows of movement.
Move it up on the top of the stairs. There's movement on the top of the stairs.
Okay. Their turn. So you guys can go ahead and take that second story, or the entire thing off. Since you wouldn't have knowledge of what's up there.
Fair.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Nerval.
Man. I'm gonna turn to Stan and be like, you wonder what's behind that door?
I grip my hammer tighter, and that's because I'm kind of looking at the staircase and look over you. I always want to know what's behind the door.
Alright. I'm gonna kick the door open, try to kick the door open.
Oh, nice. Okay. Make an attack against it.
Unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. So that is a 10 to hit.
Okay, yeah. So you you don't get full square hit on the thing, but it's enough to put some force into it. So go ahead and roll damage.
6 damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
Unarmed strike happens to be. I'm a brawler.
Yeah.
Unarmed combat.
Nice.
Feet.
you kick this thing open.
Oh.
God, I hate you so much. And you guys now can see in to the room.
Interesting.
So the rich smell of fermenting wine assaults your senses.
Aptly timed.
It's the purple
fart.
grape mash that we smell.
Oh! We shall be rich and
Extinguish all fires anywhere near you right now, guys. This place will go up like a
I
goddamn
almost
refinery.
in this bitch.
So you see these large. So this is a two-story room. You can see along the back wall. There's a catwalk that looks down into the room, and a wooden staircase that extends its way up towards it. You see some old empty barrels in there with the label Wizard of the Wines. You do see some that are Red Dragon Crush, but the vast majority of them are the Purple Grape Mash number 3. It's remarkable. You see there are several doors within the room up on that second story. And that's about all you can see from your current position.
Okay, so it's an open second floor. It's got like a catwalk around it. Okay, we see several doors up there.
Nobody's on the catwalk though. It's empty.
From what this is exactly what you can see. That's all you can see from your position.
And these are the stairs leading
Mhm.
up.
Oh, so that is the second story with the barrels on it and stuff that we can see?
So there's a hatch mark there, so you can see everything that's on the first floor.
Okay.
There's a walkway that would be 5 feet out that goes the length as far as you can tell.
So but there's nothing on the second floor that we can see.
No,
Okay.
you do not see anything.
Just making sure.
I love the smell of purple mash in the morning. Smells like diarrhea.
Yeah. Yeah. Mostly.
Are we still in initiative?
Yeah.
So kicking a door opens an action, so I'm gonna use my movement, I guess, to enter into here and kind of post up behind that.
Okay.
I guess depending on what I see, I'd reserve a couple more squares to try to draw cover behind the side of it if I need to, but
Well, that's a bit longer.
Oh shit.
Hey, they're not. Hey, they're on top of it.
confused about what that means.
So this one doesn't have a top, but you can see one that's starting to climb up out of the
Climb
back.
out of the vat? Oh.
Hey, Frisky Beaver here. We've been fighting with no spells for a while now.
Fine by me.
And
Frisky.
well, you'd be able to see up there as well.
Just need to come in.
Yeah, well, at least up this side to the far end, yeah.
Pretty much. I need a cleave or something, but.
Oh yeah.
So this one's elevated up.
Do you have just a one story?
Fuck, that's all we need. Some other druid.
I mean, yeah. No, that doesn't say anything.
Don't be meta.
I stopped myself.
Don't be meta.
I stopped myself.
So up on top of the catwalk.
Oh, so these guys are all on the first floor.
is
Yeah,
Gwendolyn.
And from where you're at, that is most likely what you can see. You see, let me describe her. She is of elven descent, it looks to be, which is remarkable because outside of Rahadin, you really haven't seen elves in this area at all. Definitely a wood elf. So muddy face, long hair that has different types of vines interwoven. Oh, sorry, I'll move back. I apologize. Good on you for maneuvering over. But you see her hair's tied and braided with a lot of earthy pieces. In her hand, she has a very dark-looking staff. It looks wooden, but then goes into almost like an ethereal inkiness towards the end. So think about like ink whenever you drop it in water, how it kind of bubbles and moves out. That's what the tip of this thing looks like. And she continues to chant, focusing her attention on the 3 larger vats as you see more vine blights perk up and they see you and begin what you would assume to be moving towards you.
So I've only used 4 squares of movement, so I have 2 more
So technically you could stop at the doorway
to get the same view.
to get that same view if you want to adjust what you're doing based upon that. 'Cause
Yeah,
technically
basically
you're,
I just want
gonna
to brace right here. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, that's fine.
Ready my whip for next round.
Alright, so that is the end of round 2. So about 12 seconds, and all this has taken place.
Man.
Moving into the top of round 3.
Man!
Boudica, you hear an uncomfortable, think of Han Solo as he's doing his war cry, charging through the Death Star, and then comes sprinting back. Ah! That's pretty much what Nurgle is.
May 29th Solo comes out, by the way.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, check the trailers.
Yeah. Donald Glover. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Lando. Hey, if you didn't see the latest episode of Atlanta, holy fuck, by the way.
Talk about that while I go iterate.
Shout out.
Another thing too is that Nerdist was showing little tidbits that we might see some Boba Fett action in the Solo movie.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's this one bit where it looks like you can see Slave 1 in the background.
Oh, really? I've looked
So
at those
that's the one
trailers
movie that I
pretty
really like to see,
extensively.
Yeah.
Glover looks amazing.
I
I mean, that would be the best part of the whole movie. Is his Lando character is fucking legit.
I struggled when they said he was cast as Lando.
Right.
When I first heard it, I was like, dude, he's a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
Then,
No.
Then ATL came out, and I was
Dude,
like,
ATL might be the best show on TV.
then I saw the pre-trailer him in his outfit, and I was like, cool. And then I actually saw him as Lando in the trailer, and I was like, Billy D. Williams, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
This is what George Lucas wishes he could have had back
Right.
in the day.
He did. It came close.
Yeah. I mean, Billy D. Williams is great.
He was a pimp of his time, you know.
That's true.
Nobody can say try Colt 45 like Billy D. Williams.
He was the Don Glover of 1979 or whatever the Star Wars 1 came out.
No, he was in
77.
I think-
Sort of came out.
Yeah, but he was in the one that was in like I think it was
80.
80.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, Empire was 80.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't believe he was in Star Wars.
He was in the first one. Yeah.
No.
He was only in the second one.
I think in the
It was in
the director's cut version or whatever, when he encounters Jabba in the pit, I don't think he says anything about Lando there either.
No.
But I really wish they would have stuck with great later on in Return, Jabba looks great as a giant worm thing, but in the original shooting of Jabba, he was just a fat human,
Oh yeah.
and they CGI'd in that so
looked
bad.
bad, yeah.
Stepped on his tail. Come on, dude.
Yeah, that edition was terrible.
Yeah.
All those changes.
Oh, what they did with the first 3 movies?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have that box set. I didn't realize I bought it at like a used CD store. I was like, yeah, I'd take the box set of the first 3 movies.
Sorry if you're just tuning in. We're
Watch the
our
first
DM's
one.
taking a quick.
Where
peek
they have
there.
like the stormtroopers on Tatooine, like, and there's like all the shit running around. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck is this
Is this a
bullshit?
different movie?
Yeah, I was like, and my wife, of course, had never seen Star Wars, which
You mean the version of Star Wars where the guy says we ain't found shit? We ain't
yeah,
found
right.
shit.
It literally might as well have spliced in Spaceball in those scenes because that's how stupid it made it all
Yeah.
seem. I was
Yeah.
like, what the
We've
fuck?
been combing the desert.
Yeah.
Do we have cold beer right here?
Yes. We got these and
Yeah, the
those.
Pacificos, man.
Hey, let's get into it.
Careful.
We're running hot
That one
right
blew
now.
up when Dave opened it. It's been out for several hours. This one is fresh out of the fridge like 20 minutes ago.
We missed the Yeti.
Yep.
You want to shotgun it?
Don't do something to your teeth you'll regret.
No, he's trying to catch it.
Alright.
He's trying to stop the volcano with his mouth.
And that's how you do things like that, kids. All right, so Boudica, top of round 3.
Is this a straight wall all the way? This is the only door.
Well, this is, remember, this is busted
That's the
out.
front face. So you have an open
the wall's
porch.
exploded, yeah.
You have an open porch that is covered by an overhang, and there's vats that are in there. That's the part that's closest to you. So there's like a little step up onto that porch.
Oh, hold on.
And there's a door that would they go into that room. That door is shut, as far as you can tell. So the only entrance into this room is right here.
Okay.
That is open right now. This one here is shut.
Okay.
This is open air. Here is your rick barn area for aging and storage of barrels that are made in this workshop here.
Okay. And you just say the front was blown out here? Is it all?
Yes,
that's what this is.
this area here has been completely blown out by the giant siege. They're considered a siege weapon, giant tree blight.
Okay. I'm gonna try and make my way through here. Can I see the druid from the square?
You would be unable to.
Okay.
5,
I can move
10,
one more
15,
into here.
20,
I'm
25.
guessing I'll have at least a line of sight.
Do you get additional movement for being raged?
No, but I do get it for barbarian.
You're at 40.
40. Yeah, you're at 25 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can move in here. What I like to do is try to sling the rope around this druid and pull her towards us.
Oh, shit! What's
That's
the
rope in
length
rock.
of rope that you have?
Easily
it's
50.
120.
Yeah, 120. Yeah.
50 foot length, probably.
Oh, look at that. That's only 30
So
feet.
that's 20 feet. Oh wait, I gotta go one over. Never mind.
50.
Yeah, look at that.
25 feet.
So 25, and yeah, double would be enough. So if you grab it by the end and you throw, so please, let's make this a good roll. He does have an advantage token that could
I
be
have an
casted
advantage
on
token.
this.
I can't do as an SNL because it's not my turn. I haven't given anybody a D8. But you technically have a D8 from last
He's
time.
burning his.
Oh, you do have a D8.
You two have D8s from last
He's going
time.
advantage. Come on,
You
baby.
are bardically inspired, so
Yeah.
you can choose to
Hasn't
use
been
it.
less. Hasn't been more than
I
10
can
minutes.
roll
yet.
it and then use it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I would just roll the D8 anyway.
That's a strength, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Plus 4 is a 19.
That thoroughly wraps around as she is holding the staff. So you guys, Stin and Nurgle, are sitting here watching these possible attack vectors, knowing that there's enemies all around, and are bracing for whatever's about to come. All of a sudden, you're overwhelmed with the sound of splinters getting trampled as this hulkish brute comes sprinting past both of you in there, and the entire time has got this lasso that is spinning around. So you hear the rush, because instead of using just a rock like most normal people, he uses this huge piece of brick that has been then tied up, and you see him just whoosh, whoosh as he runs in there, perfectly timed so that it doesn't end up hitting the door frame as he goes by, throws it and wraps around as she is holding up the staff, increasing the volume of her chant. It wraps around. You guys are going to do a contested strength check. You will roll at advantage. She will roll regular due to the element of surprise.
Don't forget that D8. If it doesn't feel high, burn the 8.
There's one. I think I dropped the other one.
Do you
Drop.
want
Get the D8. Just roll the fucking
That one's
D8
been in
right
your
now.
goose.
Come on.
That
I'll
one's
give you
got
another
luck.
one. I got 3 more to hand out, so just roll it.
Oh, yeah, I'll use that D8.
Actually, don't use the D8. Use this first.
12, 15.
15.
That's pretty good. She's a druid. She's not strong.
Somebody's gonna. Where did it go?
Did you see my shotgun I did a couple weekends ago at the golf tournament? So that's a beer with a T hitting with a ball. Check this out.
What did you roll?
15?
Okay. So unfortunately, she's still wrapped up. But as you go to like yank on your first pull, she's wrapped it around one arm and is kind of going back and forth. So you would already have it. So I was giving you, because you get while raging, you get advantage, and so that's what you got based off advantage.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where we're at. So you guys are kind of pulling both at each other.
War.
It's this has interrupted. Well, actually, I got to roll for that if this is interrupted concentration.
I'm not aware of this.
Oh, yes, because she rolled a natty 1. Give me that hot face.
If you're just joining in when you roll a critical failure, unlike some
You
streams
get the hot face.
where they get the donation to charity for a critical failure, we force the person in a critical failure to drink a very poor alcoholic beverage.
This is really good.
It's from the great match. No, it's not. It's, you know,
It's the third iteration.
from the
You go into a little bit of a seizure.
I have the power! Alright,
deal.
so I have found out some news to cut through the tension. Apparently we're doing the gender reveal of my child on the stream tonight.
What?
Yeah, so that's weird.
Wait, what?
Wait.
You already know.
I don't.
There was not a way to get viewers.
She knows?
I don't know.
Does she know?
No, none of us do. They
Then
gave
how are you doing?
because they at the doctor's office they gave us
The
a
thing.
packet
Yeah.
and
This is the second kid, so we're not gonna make a big deal of
it contains a gender in there, but she wanted to do something, and I was like, let's do something I'd enjoy. So apparently it's gonna be on the stream tonight.
Are you gonna let your family get on and stuff?
Yeah.
So
Really?
what time does this happen?
That's perfect.
Well, so that's what we got to figure out. I got to figure out the timing of what this is going to take. Team it up because we are doing muffin burgers
Yeah. And
tonight.
Twinkie dogs.
And no, they're called
meat
sweet meat
missiles.
missiles.
Sorry.
Sweet meat missiles.
Yeah.
This may be the greatest day ever.
Holy fuck.
Oh, and haggis dies.
Hey, he's dropping off the computer for that one guy right now, so he's in town.
Wait, what guy?
What was the guy?
Alright, so
Yeah.
Rope contested. Who's up next? What are we doing?
One of the magic guys that he plays with.
Yeah. So moving forward, Vandal.
Who is it, Tommy?
Vandal.
Tommy's Tommy. Alright, so I just saw him rush in there, and I go. No, they're not playing Magic.
What would be the
So
point
I
if you didn't have a Billy Club?
He's running in. I just say, "Son of a bitch," and I just start going. So I'll just run into.
You do double movement?
3, 4, 5. No, I can get to right here. Yeah.
Can't
No. Actually, I'm gonna go instead of that. I'm gonna come right here, and I can see him and him.
Let's check.
Ah, no, that door sucks.
Yeah, the door's off stats. You
Small
can see,
door.
you can
Small
see the
door.
guys in front, I think.
That's true. I can see these two who are not on.
Yeah, so you can see
Oh,
those
you can
two
see
right
them.
there.
Around a big wide ass.
All right, each one's getting them.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, what happened to the druid that's on the second floor?
He didn't pull her down.
He
but
didn't
he's,
pull her
like,
down. She's
distracted.
grabbed, and they're kind of in a tug of war situation right now.
Okay.
But it did break her concentration on whatever right that she was casting.
A
at this
20 and
point.
an 18.
Okay. Both of those hit.
Yep. First
Double
one.
hits. Can I roll an insight to see if that affects the tree blights at all? Next turn or something, but
Yeah, actually, yeah. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
5 and a 9.
5 and a 9.
So 5 on the front guy, 9 on the back guy.
Okay. What's that?
10 for an insight.
So you glean that it doesn't have an effect on them, but the Vax that you're around, something's a little bit different. You can't place it.
Yeah, the girl in the tower is a druid holding some gnarly black staff that is we're assuming is the big bad in this room, but we're not sure yet. Thanks for the question, Lazy Boy.
Alright. So we are now coming up on Vandom, who has blasted 2 Eldritch Blasts in there, ripping into the Twig Blights. You can see a pretty decent amount of damage to both of those, but they seem a little bit more resilient than the ones that you encountered outside.
I'm gonna, under my breath, I'm gonna say, "Get away from my number 3."
Very nice. That should be a commercial for it. Sten, you've seen these 2 green energy balls go shooting, crackling out of the tip of the blade of Vandal in there, and what you would have seen on the front one, how squarely it hit, and the impact that you could feel on that. You think to yourself, it's not doing the same amount of damage as it has before.
Okay. So I am with my maul in one hand. I'm gonna reach into my component pouch and pull out a small parchment with a bit of holy text written on it, and it says "War is great" is what's written on it, and pull it up and say the magic words. And as I'm moving into the room, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
What are the magic words?
The magic words are "Get away from my number 3."
So like the biggest collection of winos.
So I have 1 first level spell left after this. So I have Shield of Faith, AC +2 at this point. And do you have a marker so I don't forget that?
Yes, the things.
Yeah.
The white one. Use the white one.
This is
Purity.
this is concentration based.
Okay.
And I'm going to move in here.
Okay.
And in this position, I'm going to take my maul and swing twice at the closest
Okay.
monster.
Nice.
Monster.
17 and 10.
Okay. So the 17, your first swing as you bring it over, the twig blight, the kind of shimmer from your Shield of Faith going up, kind of takes your concentration away a little bit. You swing and hit above it and come in contact with the vat. So thinking like Prohibition days, comes in and hits, and you start getting a little bit of a leak out. Not much. It's just a little slow trickle. The second one, you bring it back, and you come with more of a downward motion roll damage.
Awesome, nice. And from my side, you notice that I have the jawline of Kevin Costner.
Ooh, Elliot Ness.
Whoa.
How touchable are you?
So 9 plus 4, so that's 13 points of damage.
Okay, so you come down on this thing and it shatters. You surpassed the hit point, so go ahead and remove that one closest to Sten. And the very recognizable sight of splinters spraying everywhere comes out as that thing shatters.
Okay. And as I move, because I've already with Great Weapon Fighter, I should be able to expend a bonus action for an attack, but I blew my bonus action on Shield of Faith. But I'm going to go ahead and continue my movement, and as I move forward into the room next to Boo here, I'm going to say, I guess every rose does have its form.
I don't know why, but it's good.
Is it?
Is it?
And then my turn's complete.
So a little bit more of the area gets revealed as you come up. You see more of the pieces or more of the barrels that are collected back there. So then it seems like the twig blights have kind of understood that you guys are a threat and continue to pour forth.
Wait, what?
This one moves up to come in contact with you. This one jumps out of the vat, lands there, and will attack. This one moves here. This one moves up behind. You hear sounds along this very far wall for the two of you that are in there, along that catwalk upstairs.
Okay.
So we will start out with the twig blight that jumps out of the vat, lands on the ground, and immediately claws after Sten. A 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
Maybe it's my shield too.
It just takes one hit.
It's
Comes down.
concentration based, so
Oh, they get a hit.
Yeah.
So that takes 5 piercing damage.
So I'll take 2 piercing damage. I have Shield Master, or not Shield Master, Heavy Weapon Master. So I have 3 DR against bludgeoning, slashing, piercing.
Nice.
So and I lose my shield comes off.
Don't you have to make a con save? Or does it just automatically?
And automatically, it's
Okay.
just a DR3 against those 3 damage types. But my shield comes off, so I'm down to 18 again, Lee.
Okay. So the second one steps around from behind the bat directly to your front and makes another attack against you. Give me that hot face.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
That's
You got
two.
it, you got it right next to
Is that 3 ones he's rolled tonight?
Oof.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I have?
You know what they say, something, don't fly to the UK.
Yeah.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut.
I did get to see where Prince Harry's getting married.
Oh, nice.
Toured the church.
Did you get your invitation?
No.
Oh.
Apparently,
Well,
some
Barry's
of the jokes
not
I was
going,
cracking was...
So maybe you could be like, hey, Barry's not going, let me go.
Yeah, yeah. Both of those attacks, are kind of focus your attention, and you get that kind of weird feeling from your right as the one that came from the stairs moves in to attack you, as opposed to Boo, and it misses. And so you're able to instinctively, the amount of time you've spent your life on the battlefield, kind of get that weird feeling in the pit of your stomach, and just out of the corner of your eye you see it moving, and it comes up and strikes up against the pot next to you. The one Boo directly next to you is going to make its attack, and that is a 9.
Nope.
Thoroughly misses.
That's my plan. Versus a spell.
Just keep it in the back of my mind. There's
Unless
this,
I have to.
Upstairs.
No, but you can probably do closer.
There's 2. There's plenty of them around, boys. Dig in.
kick some ass. Let's kill this druid. Maybe they'll all die.
Don't worry, we'll cut them down.
1 second while I look up your spell.
So this is what a tree blight looks like. Put it on the stream for people.
It looks like a drunk, decrepit pole dancer.
Yeah.
Were you guys zooming in on me when you said that?
Lounge lizard league.
All right, so I need Vandom, Nurgle, Boo, and Sten, all 4 of you, to roll a strength saving throw.
If you're within 10 feet of me, guys, so that includes everyone except Vandom, get a +3 to your save.
+3.
Strength, you said?
Strength saving throw, yes.
27.
24.
Feeling pretty good?
24.
Feeling pretty good?
23.
What was the
Doing great.
situation? Sorry.
What about you?
I just don't know the situation so I can play it out.
So all of a sudden the ground opens up underneath you guys, and vines start reaching up from the ground to start pulling you down and prone. The 3 of you are able to, as a reaction, kind of step back and stomp heavy boots down for, well, actually all 3 of you guys are rather robust, so you're able to stomp these vines as they're coming up out of the ground. And what did you roll, son?
Oh, right, not God piece.
Oh! Get you some hot face.
Oh god.
A lot of love. So
At least you're not getting pulled down to like a fissure in the ground or something.
Nurgle, out of the corner of your eye, as you're stomping, you look out and you just see this massive movement. Its vines wrap all the way around Vandom's shins up to his thighs, and then one comes up, wraps around his neck, and yanks him down hard.
Whoa.
Vandom's now prone and bound through a vine entanglement. and
But
she
I do have my number 3, so I'm bound and I'm happier than a cloud.
bound to have a good time.
Oh!
Yeah.
Can I get this back?
Down.
So, Vandom's down on the ground. The druid then pulls with all of her might, trying to yank you forward. Give me a contested strength check.
And advantage since
And
I'm
you would be
raged.
advantaged because you're raged.
Hey, the action cam's
And
Oh shit.
I was rotating through characters.
Yeah, so you're able to maintain a solid grip on the rope. All right, so that takes us down to Nurgle.
I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow and shoot her.
Oh, nice. Okay. Make an attack.
¿Tiene cerveza?
Damn.
Yo necesita.
Yeah.
That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
I need more beers.
19 hits.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Roll damage.
Not paying attention. 7 damage.
So Nurgle leans into the room, and you see, well, you guys wouldn't. You wouldn't either because you're yanked down onto the ground. But our viewers at home would see Nurgle kind of squint. Crossbow comes up and you guys hear air rush in between both of you as a bolt sails forward and hits into her left quad for 7 damage. And you hear it as she kind of reaches down. She's got the staff and in her left hand and kind of brings the fist down to put pressure where the wound
The
was
rope
just
is still
taken.
around her.
The rope's still around her, and her right arm is wrapped around.
Pull her down, Boo! My boy, Boo!
So that's the end of round 3. Top of round 4, Boudica. What do you do?
Yeah. What a stack right there. Damn. Yes. Oh no. God damn it.
I think that is a 15.
15.
Natty 1, natty 1, natty 1, natty 1.
Well, I was giving him time to use his Bardic Inspiration die. So.
You already used it.
Oh.
Give him another one.
Oh! So yeah, she rolled a 7. So that is greater than. So you yank with all your might. Give me a D4.
Times 20.
4.
Yeah.
So you are able to yank her off and over the edge, and she lands into the vat.
Yeah.
So you guys look, knowing that some of these have, caps on top of them. You would assume you hear a very audible splash as purple grape mash sprays out.
Oh yes.
And you see.
Who's got fire?
You guys see down into the rope taut, but you see it kind of sliding side to side as there's some kind of struggle happening within the vat.
Looks like the line's been hooked, boys. Hook line.
Set her on fire! God damn it! Burn that back!
It's like, ah!
Vandom, Boudica, do you have any movement you care to do?
No.
Okay, so Vandom, you are
Down.
wrapped,
Yeah.
laying prone on your back with vines around your throat that are choking. So roll a d6. Cut that in half.
6.
So 3. You take 3. I guess
Choking
what would that
damage.
be? Bludgeoning for
Bludgeoning.
choking.
Yeah.
3 bludgeoning damage as you're laying there on the ground, and your legs are pulled down, your throat's being pulled down, but your arms are free. What do you care to do?
I got dramatic.
I think it was more because you got that flavor. Oh, he's really serious about that Cadbury chocolate.
Is this thing around me considered a creature?
Let's think about your background. You would view this as an inanimate object that isn't sentient, but is being controlled by a magical force. Would be your base level knowledge. You could try to roll a nature check to get more than that.
Can you attack the thing, or do you have to make a check to get out of it?
So you could attack it.
Yeah.
The danger of it not being like if there was a gnome on top of you shaking you is one thing. You blasting towards yourself,
Yeah.
there's a danger in self-wounding.
Yeah, there is that.
Redecorating your own face.
Yes.
Putting a skylight
Which
over
I've been
your
really
head.
rolling hot tonight. Hot face.
Skylight in your own head.
Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna. This is stuff weird. I can't really maneuver my eyeballs.
Like I said, your arms are free.
Right. But this thing's around my neck and my legs.
Correct.
Yeah. So I guess I'll try and get the thing off my throat.
Okay. What are you gonna do or use in order to accomplish that?
So can I pull a dagger off my belt and use that in one turn, or would it be pulling the dagger off? Waiting?
No, no, you can ready a weapon.
Ready
as
one weapon
as an
is
incident.
incidental.
I'm gonna ready the dagger and then like
Okay.
use it
Make
to
an attack
get some space.
against yourself. Don't roll a 1.
Oh, fuck me.
You stab
You're
yourself in
about
the
to.
eyes.
Oh god. I thought that was a 1 looking down at it. It was a 7.
It's
It was a 7.
It comes out to a 13.
Yeah, so 13 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
The dagger is.
Should be a
I thought it was
D4.
2.
Yeah.
It's a D4.
You've been in 9 for a while. Plus anyone's logged in and not watched the side.
3 total damage.
Alright, so you start stabbing in and are able to start sawing away at it around your neck. That is not enough to be able to break free. I will give you a strength check if you'd like to try to pull your way free of it being around your neck, since you've weakened it.
17.
So you're able to snap that off from around your neck. Your legs are still bound. You're still prone.
Alright, so I'm gonna, once that, like, I break that free, I'm gonna be like, how's the number 3?
It's contaminated with druid.
That's pretty damn good.
Well,
Pop up.
I'm sorry, didn't we make it organic then?
So
It
Stim,
was, it's not anymore.
you hear Venom call
That's
out,
right.
and you've seen the splash of purple grape mash number 3 spraying into the air, spilling about, which technically would be alcohol abuse since it was not being consumed. You being a drinking man, a man of measure, are somewhat angered by this. What do you do?
Well, Sten himself doesn't partake in the spirits, but Billy does, and
I don't know
that.
who the fuck Billy is.
Yeah, well, he doesn't care for
Not in this dungeon.
it.
Not in this dungeon. Bring that spice, baby!
Yeah, I
Let's
think,
do this.
I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna, and you might say that I'm not able to do the whole thing, but I'm going to take my torch out of my bag, and can I light it?
Yeah.
And then throw it in the barrel.
Alright, so that's a lot to do in
That's
one
what-
round.
Yeah.
Based upon, so I can set a DC for you to be able to light and toss
Oh yeah.
within the same round. Fucking come with it.
If you're gonna do it, do it!
Do it.
And don't trip on it.
Alright, so do this as so dexterity is not your strong suit.
Nope.
So a sleight of hand would not be it. Let's make it an athletics check.
All right.
How athletically can you light something and toss it?
Yeah. 13.
Total?
Yeah.
No
My-
bonuses.
Inspiration?
No.
I didn't get one from my great joke, so.
What great joke have you told ever?
Yeah, I sat up and said about the 3.
That's just you've been playing a character.
Yeah. So I pull the torch out and I pull my tinderbox and I light it and I extend it towards the throat up over the lip and
It strikes the lip, and the torch falls down to the ground.
Oh.
So you see a pretty legit, like, you remember guys whenever, bros first started carrying Zippos, like in your lifespan growing up, and they do like off the jeans?
Yeah.
He does the same thing off of his armor. And now that spot on his breastplate that he wears that's kind of worn, kind of strange, makes sense from him just lighting shit on fire going forward. And the tinderbox hits. It ignites on the tip of the torch, even though it was very quick right on the front of it. And so trying to keep your maul in your hand and the torch kind of get you out of sync of being able to do a full throw, and so you do more of a toss. What I need you to do is roll a d12. That'll be a clock. 12 o'clock would be the direction that your mini is facing. Then roll a d4. And, wait, no, as it was actually. A d10, and that will tell us the direction in feet.
Nice. 11.
Okay, so at 11 o'clock towards this twig blight.
10. 2.
All right, so you throw it up, and the thing hits, and you would, like, the amount of effort that you tossed, it would have made it up into that vat.
Yeah.
But it gets clipped and spins up in the air and lands there on the twig blight. Let's roll a D percentile. Anything over, anything over 75. And that thing catches on, starts to catch on fire.
All right.
I mean, you could roll a d4 technically. But...
99.
All right, roll a d6 of fire damage on this.
5.
Oh shit! So this guy is consumed based upon the Eldritch Blast damage that he had set up before.
After like 12
Reminds me of my morning when I set one of my bushes on fire with my weed burner.
Oh, dude, I got one of those too. It's so much fun.
Dude, it's dangerous. I literally burned the thing to the ground.
Speaking of dangerous, we are in a distilling situation, and there is now an open flame that is going pretty legit. Stin, that's the end of your turn. All of a sudden...
Not quite.
Oh, wait, what do you got? You got movements?
Boys, it's going to get hot in here. That's it.
Okay. So, the twig blight behind you goes ahead and makes an attack. The one directly across from you on the other side of the tap is going to make an attack. Then you're going to get one Boudica from the one directly on the other side of you. Alright, so let's progress through combat. 16 would miss you because you're 18. On the other side, natty 20.
Oh. There you go.
Oh, wait, are you
that?
sure?
No, hold on, sir. Hold on.
Paula.
Paula wants a little talk to you.
You split time between the Awful Waffle and Paula.
That's why I can't see too good on my left eye anymore.
Paula.
That's Paula.
Hey, so you've known Lee a long time.
Yeah.
As he gets intoxicated, does he get nicer or meaner?
Oh, I don't know, because he's playing the DM, so that's going to be... Typically, he'd be nicer. Until you start slapping bellies with him, and then he's...
Oh, yeah, my wedding night.
Hot slapping.
God. We were doing fat slaps till people either vomited or bled.
Yeah, the bruising was...
You and your bride?
No, my bride was like off talking with her girlfriends. We were
okay.
naked, running around, slapping
He's
each
a
other.
friend that has the highest pain tolerance I've ever seen.
Critter.
Smacking each
I mean, the
other.
guy's name's Critter, and his dick beaters are like freaking this big.
Yeah.
Hands, sorry. And he was going around, slapped Sterling Showalter so hard in his flank that his skin like ruptured and he started bleeding. He got
There's
fat
a
slapped
lot
so
of
hard.
bruising, too. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
So not 20 hit on Boudica.
That was dumb.
Is that?
And you guys think that's bad?
That's horrible, dude.
Oh, that's
I haven't
not bad
had
at
that.
all.
Oh.
I haven't had the Paula.
We got to restart.
Nah, it's about to go to a screensaver. That was some fireworks racks setting up from a shoot I did once. Anyway, so we start out with a base of 6. So again here, whenever you score a critical hit, you get the base weapon damage plus whatever you roll. Instead of having to roll 2, we make it, it gets you through combat quicker. Oh shit. So that's 12 piercing damage. So you
or a step?
no to Sten. All right,
So it's only gonna be
unmitigated.
What?
Yeah.
12
Oh,
unmitigated.
9. Okay, yeah, 9 total then. All right, done.
9.
All right, against Boudica, that is an 18.
Meats.
Meats.
No, these are trees. Sorry.
All right, so that would then be
tree man.
5 piercing damage to you.
Okay.
So almost as if like needle tips, and you guys are pin cushions. These twig-like arms and claws are just gouging down into you. Let's see. She's going to make an attempt to get out. And does not make it. So you hear sloshing and you're seeing splash, and so the
Oh no.
these are made for an industrial purpose, which is to be able
Slippery
to.
slides. You'd be able to clean them.
You've got to be able to just dump stuff in. You've got taps and lines to take water out or whatever liquids on the inside. They're not built for activity and sloshing and mixing. And so you start to see the thing wobble from side to side. The rope still sliding across the rim. But this time it's kind of getting about a 3-foot variance as opposed to just a few inches. This thing is going back and forth, back and forth. But you do not see anybody come out. However, you are hearing noises that are muffled and gurgling. And so now I need everybody here to make a dexterity saving throw.
Everybody but you gets to a +3.
And you get a disadvantage because you're still prone.
I'm still prone,
Like
but I'm sitting
+3.
upright.
19.
18.
Is this cursed or what?
I just don't use it because you have to call out.
Look at that roll. 2 19s, you tell me.
Oh, you become the messiah.
You assume your final form.
Yeah.
I had a 16.
Okay, so everybody's able to avoid it. You guys see flowers pop up on either side of you, and they spit out almost like porcupine quills out of the front of the flower. They all miss you, and kind of you see them wilt, turn to ash, and disappear.
Did she just cast us in flowers? What a pussy.
Nurgle, you have seen some pretty crazy shit. What actions do you take?
And that was just yesterday.
Okay, so the torch is out. It already caught that blade on fire.
No, the torch is being consumed along with the twig blight carcass that's laying there, the pile of wood.
So can I blast through Sten's space? I'll take the opportunity attack and pick up that twig blade and try to throw it into the vat.
Yeah. You're gonna take an opportunity
I'll
attack.
take
but-
one. But I mean, that's only 3 spaces.
All right, what's your
so.
strength score?
It is 17.
So you're 17 strength. So I'm just thinking about the mass, how much this weighs, and how far you'd be able to throw it.
I'm pretty fucking
You're
strong.
pretty strong. Okay, so what I need you to do,
I'm a half orc.
we're gonna do an opportunity attack first.
Okay.
Would both of them or just the one?
No, the one
Just the
that's
first
right
one.
behind
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Alright.
Behind you would be the one to do it. It misses.
Okay.
So it's through, pulls out of Sten and tries to attack you, and you're able to rush past. Give me an athletics skill check. Do you want to cash in your advantage token?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Well, so timeout. Before I do that, is this an athletics check to pick it up or to throw it? Or are there
To
two
throw
checks
it.
here? To throw it. Okay, yeah, I will definitely.
So you're going to take damage from picking up a giant
It's burning,
fire.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have chef's hands. Don't take
Whoa!
Hot damn!
He rolled a 17 to 1.
Yeah!
So is it
Yeah!
athletics or I guess
Athletics.
it's say no, it's 21.
21.
Yeah.
All right. So I said 20 is the DC for it. So you pick up this flaming carcass and are able to shot put, like half caber toss, half shot put. Either way, it's at the Highland
Spin one,
Games.
just throw it.
And you throw this bastard up, and that thing goes 5, 10, 15 forward.
Oh, maybe it is. Not there?
No. That
Into
would
that
just be
vat over
5.
there.
This
Into
way.
that vat.
Oh,
Boom,
shit.
into the vat.
Toss that thing up. What I need you to do now
That
is
was a
roll
tough
a D
roll.
percentile.
That was a tough roll.
Ooh.
This explodes.
85.
So,
Does the slide explode?
so you, and this is crazy. Keep going right above. So 80% is the catastrophic. Well, it's not like nuclear,
Yeah.
which would have been a
Great.
95 or above.
That would have been great.
80 plus is going to get you this thing floating over the alcohol vapors, because there really has not been
There's not much alcohol in that drink, though.
much movement. You're drinking it, and you get the hot face.
Yeah, you get the hot face immediately. There's alcohol.
There's alcohol in this thing. So you throw this thing over, and that side has open vats. Y'all's that everybody's huddled around happens to be closed.
Thank fucking God.
The vats over there, you hear that it's almost like at the end of Terminator 2, whenever you see the chain kind of hit and it goes. That entire side of Wizard of the Wines
Fuck.
detonates.
Hey, par for the course, guys. We're gonna burn down another place that we've been to.
Boom! The whole side explodes.
So, just keeping track, we've been to Barovia,
Yep.
Valaki, Wizards of the Wine, and we are
We
now.
burned two.
Two
Every,
Okay.
well, no, you burned everyone technically.
I mean, we
because
killed every
Valaki
one of them. Yeah.
did have a pretty sizable fire going in
It's
it.
true.
You guys just kind of left.
We don't even have
Hey,
a
look,
rage in the group.
fire cleanses, and we are in an evil place.
Strahd.
So
Yeah. Strahd will see it from
Religious
the castle.
manifestos aside, this thing just blows up.
Like Strahd's in the
Stin
castle, like in his
is
chair.
protected, Nurgle is protected, Vandome isn't even a factor in this fight. I mean, Vandome might as well be Haggis. He's doing
Yeah.
nothing productive.
Nothing at all.
yeah.
However, Boudica is in direct line of sight of the blast.
Ooh.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Of
Plus
800.
Uh-oh.
Plus 2.
Probably a
Plus
lot.
9.
For me, you're within 10 feet.
Oh, 15.
14.
14. Alright, so roll 2d6.
I knew it was going to be DC 15.
8.
You take 8 fire damage.
Could be worse.
I have to roll for all the
Oh, thank God.
twig blights.
Worth it.
Okay,
You're
and
okay.
then
You got
disadvantage
it.
for the druid
Oh.
at the epicenter.
Inside the vat.
She's fucking toast.
Yep. I'll take some hot face.
Yes! Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
man.
Yes!
Again, if you're just joining, Hot Face means that he rolled a critical 1.
And there's a little
More
bit of Paula
importantly-
in here, so we're gonna see how they play it again.
Yay.
Ooh. More importantly,
That's your 4th one tonight, isn't it?
I'm on 2 or 3.
more importantly, that lady is at the bottom of a
Daddy
vat of
pours thing.
Yeah. I hope he's got an actual manufacturing facility for that shit in the garage.
If you're not drowning, you're burning.
Lee, I
Yeah,
just think you're
that's
gonna make
true.
it to bed today, and you live here.
He's
So-
in the garage, some gasoline, and then some like fucking.
When we take
purple
over
shit.
the Wizard of the Wines,
Well,
our new
shake
motto
it.
should be: if you're not drowning, you're burning.
It's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So, this thing detonates, and that back wall, located right around here,
Oh God.
completely blows out.
Oh no.
The spiral staircase over here in the corner, completely blown out. You guys, all of a sudden, the flash from the explosion. Okay, so those 3 twig blights are gone.
On the backside?
These guys?
Yeah, those 3 are off the table. Sorry. Boudica, you are. Oh shit! So I need you to roll another d6.
See which way you blew.
So you take 2 extra bludgeoning damage from getting blown back. You are now laying prone next to that twig blight right there, yes sir. So huge
Boom.
explosion, and the twig blight that is standing right there next to you, all of a sudden goes limp and is just a pile of vines.
Fuck yeah.
And that is where we're going to take a dinner break.
Yeah.
8:15.
Right initiative.
Wait, we have not had enough action. We want more action.
Wait, we just blew up half of the place we were trying to save, right?
Par for the course.
I mean, more than
Oh,
half,
and,
yeah.
and technically,
It's better than-
since there's now a hole there,
Yeah, can you draw a
you
hole?
guys would be able to see all of that.
Yeah, the sunlight's coming in.
Yeah, just like a little
Yeah, that's completely gone now.
Black hole.
Why?
And is on fire.
flaming fire,
So
like
yeah,
consuming the
there's
structure.
the roof, which is thatch, is on fire. The catwalk, as it connects over here, this entire wall's on fire. That's on fire. So I'll get it